Greetings, y'all. I don't listen. I don't know what type of mood I'm in. This is crazy. It's too early. It's too early for this. Why am I so giddy and goofy and turned up and excited? And it's funny because the last post that I put on TikTok, I was talking about how the people that have come up against me, they are individuals who are not actively doing the work. You know what I mean? Like they're individuals who they're quick to judge and point the finger and throw daggers at everybody else, but they're definitely not doing any ounce of the work. And I guess with ungodly being available today and everything, my website, check the description box if you want to get the link to my website. It's right on up in the box, okay? Um People who are not doing the work, they are at war with themselves, therefore they're at war with everybody else. But I had this other epiphany just a little bit ago. I thought I was gonna go back to sleep. I guess I'll do that later because now I'm thinking, oh, I need to go to the supermarket as well. So I'm about to do some run some errands. Um and yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the epiphany that I had was I know there was two individuals in the past 30 days who were sent to test me. Okay, now I don't know if they were sent to test me by the Most High or by somebody else. All I know is that they as soon as they stepped into my energy, okay, um, digitally or physically, I recognized that there was something that didn't seem right. So that's a good thing because that means that I'm using my discernment right. But here's something I really want to share with you because I think this would be very valuable to those of you who are maybe just awakening to your gifts. Okay. Now, of course, everybody doesn't have the gifts that the next person has. Everybody's not a seer, whatever. But we do all have the ability to use our discernment, okay? So this kind of goes back to the whole when I say, well, I know exactly what you're thinking or I know exactly what you're feeling. That's discernment. That's really not psychic gifts, okay? It does, have like little sprinkles of it because of my abilities, but discernment is being able to feel empathically what's going on. You know what I mean? If somebody is thinking something, what is a thought? A thought is a vibration, right? If you are tapped in, you are capable of recognizing certain thought patterns, certain feelings, okay? And most specifically, let me be clear what I'm talking about because I know that people get this twisted often. They're like, okay, so if you can hear people's thoughts, if you can feel people's feelings, that means you always know what I'm thinking, you always know what I'm feeling. That's not what I mean. If somebody's going through something, I feel that. Like, let's put it like this. I seen somebody having a medical emergency recently, and I instantly, you could tell just by physically looking at me, my face got all frowned up and everything. And I was clearly visibly concerned, right? I didn't know this person from a can of paint, but like the discernment in me, right? The compassion in me, it felt for that person. And if somebody's going through something, if they're in distress, if they're depressed, if they're emotionally heightened, that's specifically what I mean. If somebody's just going about their regular day and just thinking different things like, oh, I want to eat some peanuts. Ooh, I want to go to the park. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm not talking about that type of, I can hear your thoughts. I'm talking about the frequency of you're thinking some really foul shit about me or someone else. I'm talking about I can feel what you're feeling because you feel rage or you feel anger. And I can hear what you're thinking because you're being lusty or you're being trifling in some way. Okay. And specifically, I mean towards me or towards somebody else that could potentially be a victim. I'm not 24/7 tuned in, and if you really think about it, that'd be nuts. I'm not 24/7 tuned into anyone's thoughts. I'm not 24/7 tuned into anyone's feelings. If I am busy enjoying my own life and my own frequency, when would I have the time to be tuned into everybody else's? So I hope that clears that up. But hear me out with this though. How do you recognize when somebody is of the light or of the dark? Mm. Or put it like this: how do you recognize if someone is of the light or if someone is currently being challenged? Here's an easy way for me. And I can't say that this is going to be the same for everybody else, but this definitely works for me. For me, I look at the physical and I listen to the words that are being spoken. The physical tells you everything you need to know for real. I didn't think about this at first, but after I played back the incident with this person that I met in the physical, I realized why it bothered me so much. Because this person didn't look the part of what they were speaking. Now, here's what I mean by that. I'm not speaking about they should have been dressed in a particular garment and, should have had their hair a certain way or anything like that. I mean their personal hygiene. You can tell the way a person carries themselves, how connected they are to the Most High. Think about it. Let's say you are a person who is a high vibrational individual. In order to be a high vibrational individual, you first have to be a reflection of that vibration, right? You have to fit that frequency. So if you don't brush your teeth, okay, I'm just being real. If you don't brush your teeth, if you don't comb your hair, if you don't put any effort into yourself and your personal hygiene, that's a clear indication to me that you're not of the light, babe. Whatever you're going through is clearly not, you're not surrounded by light right now. Because anybody that's surrounded by the light, that is all consuming. You understand? So when it's all consuming, it's like you don't have a choice but to pour into yourself. That is the first aspect of this journey: self love. Self love looks like, yeah, I take care of myself. If you don't take care of yourself, you haunted by some type of demon. Period. That's the bottom line. Whether it's a glutton demon or a demon of laziness and procrastination or whatever, there's all different types of demons. But that is the sign for me. I recognize it by the way people treat themselves. And yes, that even goes with when it comes to, you know, overly consuming alcohol or any other type of substance. When you are addicted to something, and especially when that something that you're addicted to is not good for you, it depletes you, that is an indication that you're suffering. You're not of the light. So this is how I was able to recognize intuitively that this individual that was trying to pose as someone that was on my level, they were not on my level at all. And it's crazy that I didn't call it out then, but maybe I was just giving that person grace. But I definitely do recognize, and I recognize even more by the energy signature that was presented afterwards, after the fact of us connecting. And I made a mention about all the things that I was doing and how I would love to collab, if they were about that life, on a spiritual tip. Um, in the future when they were ready, like, let's do some podcasts, let's do this, let's do that. And a lot of times people will say, yeah, yeah, I want to do this and I want to do that, but then the follow through is lacking every time because they were not there to actually do what I thought they were there to do. They were just there to try to read me, to try to get a read on me. Well, we see how that works out. So boom, today is the day, lovelies. Anybody who clicks the link, okay, between 11 a.m., okay? The 11 a.m. If you visit my website between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. tomorrow, and you put your name, you put your contact information with your with your email address in the description or in the contact space for my website, I'm gonna send you a copy of the book for free. Okay, you'll get Ungodly for free. Anybody else that wants to get the book will go to the website and find out how you can get it without providing your contact information, because the contact information is specifically for those who want to actually be a part of this next chapter when it comes to ungodly and all the other things that I'm getting into. So, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I really should go back to sleep, but I don't think I can. I'm just up. So I guess I'm gonna just be up then. I don't know. I should just get ready and go run these errands. Really, I really should. But yeah, demons and angels, man. Demons and angels. And you know the crazy thing, before I go, I always do this. I'm like, I'm done. Angels and demons. How do you recognize the difference? Damn, I'm gonna be honest. If you think demons are scary, just think about how an angel actually is scarier. Because an angel had to have gone through the dark multiple times, sometimes even, and ascended through the darkness. That means an angel is operating in the light but knows everything they need to know about the dark. Them motherfuckers is cold. Them motherfuckers is dangerous. But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. I just wanted to say that real quick. I recognize people by the way that they physically present themselves. If your teeth is all rotten and stuff, you ain't really about what you say you about, because you would take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Those who don't take care of themselves don't care about themselves enough. Think about it. It's science. Okay, bye.